Hello everyone, today I'm going to present to you the Italy's emblems. So first, Italy has a rich artistic history, notably with the Italian Renaissance, which produced masterpieces like Michelangelo's fresco in the Sistine Chapel. Secondly, Italy is a global leader in fashion with renowned brands such as Gucci, Prada, Armani, and Versace. Third, Italy has given birth to many great classical composers and musicians. Iconic monuments such as the Colosseum, the Pantheon, or the Leaning Tower of Pisa are part of Italy's rich architectural heritage. Italy is the birthplace of well-renowned automobile brands such as Lamborghini, Maserati, or again Ferrari. Also, Italian cuisine is famous worldwide for its pizza and pasta. Each region of Italy has its own variations in culinary specialties. Coffee culture in Italy is deeply rooted. And of course, the Dolce Vita. Italy's history is intimately linked to Europe and Mediterranean basin. It has undergone many changes, from empires to monarchies and republics. But we may well ask, what is the role of politics in Italy? That's why we are going to look at its history in the past, then its history in today's world. Heir to ancient cultures, touched by Greek and Carthaginian colonization, Italy saw the birth of Roman civilization and its empire. Italy joined other European countries in colonizing Africa. Moreover, as it sought to find its place within political blocs and security alliances, this eventually led to its participation in the First World War on the side of the Triple Entente. Disappointed and faced with the refusal of its former allies to support it in all its demands, and on the choice of Mussolini and his supporters, who came to power in October 1922 before establishing a totalitarian regime from 1924-1925. Italy switched sides and turned to Nazi Germany in 1936, which plunged into the Second World War in 1940. After its military defeats, the Italian monarchy was abolished The Republic was finally established in June 1946, followed by a historic period of economic, political, military and sporting renewal, and the reaffirmation of Italy as a major world power. Today, Italy's political system is as follows. It is a parliamentary republic headed by the president and the prime minister, who is appointed by the head of state. Parliament is composed of two chambers, the Chamber of Deputies and the Senate of the Republic. The country is divided into 20 regions. 5 of these have special autonomous status, enabling them to legislate on certain local issues. The President of the Republic enjoys relatively limited powers. Sergio Mattarella, the current president, was indirectly elected on January 31, 2015 for a 70-year term and re-elected on January 30, 2022. To conclude, we have just looked at what is the role of the politics in Italy. To begin with, we looked at its history in the past, then the present, and indeed, Italy's various regimes have helped build the country into what it is today.
Le sport en Italie, tradition, passion et excellence. L'Italie, nation emblématique de l'Europe, est profondément imprégnée par sa passion pour le sport. Les athlètes italiens ont dominé diverses disciplines à travers les décennies, reflétant la riche histoire sportive du pays et son engagement envers l'excellence. Nous allons explorer les facettes clés du sport en Italie, mettant en lumière son héritage, ses sports préférés et ses exploits contemporains. L'Italie peut se vanter d'un héritage sportif remarquable, ancré dans son passé historique et culturel. Le sport a toujours été une partie intégrante de la société italienne avec des racines remontant à l'Antiquité romaine. Les jeux de gladiateurs, les courses de chars et d'autres compétitions étaient populaires à cette époque. Au cours de la Renaissance, l'Italie a été le berceau de la gymnastique moderne avec des maîtres comme Girolamo Mercuriale, un pionnier de la médecine sportive. Le sport est devenu un moyen d'expression culturelle renforçant le lien entre la nation italienne et ses citoyens. Le football est le sport le plus populaire en Italie. La Serie A, l'une des ligues de football les plus prestigieuses au monde, arbitre des clubs légendaires comme la Juventus, l'AC Milan et l'Inter Milan. Les victoires en Coupe du Monde 1934, 1938 et 1982 ont également consolidé la position du football comme le sport roi du pays. Le cyclisme est un autre domaine où l'Italie excelle. Le Giro d'Italia, l'un des plus grands tours de cyclisme, offre un spectacle époustouflant à travers les magnifiques paysages italiens. Des champions comme Fausto Coppi et Gino Bartali ont marqué l'histoire du cyclisme mondial. L'Italie a une présence forte et constante aux Jeux olympiques. Les athlètes italiens ont remporté des médailles dans diverses disciplines, notamment la boxe, l'escrime, l'aviron et le ski. Les Jeux olympiques de Rome en 1960 ont été un point culminant, symbolisant la renaissance sportive de l'Italie après la Seconde Guerre mondiale. La passion des Italiens pour les sports d'hiver est également manifeste. Les Alpes italiennes offrent un terrain idéal pour le ski alpin et le snowboard. Des athlètes italiens comme Alberto Tomba et Deborah Compagnoni ont brillé aux Jeux olympiques d'hiver. Le sport en Italie dépasse les compétitions. C'est une célébration de la vie, de la famille et de la communauté. Les événements sportifs sont des rassemblements sociaux majeurs, où les Italiens se réunissent pour soutenir leur équipe préférée avec passion et fierté nationale. La Dolce Vita italienne se mène harmonieusement au monde du sport, où le style, l'élégance et la performance se combinent pour créer un spectacle inoubliable. Les traditions sportives italiennes sont imprégnées d'une profonde appréciation pour l'art, la culture et l'histoire. En conclusion, le sport en Italie transcende les stades et les podiums. C'est un mode de vie, une tradition vivante qui unit le pays autour de la compétition, de la camaraderie et de la recherche constante de l'excellence. L'Italie continue d'inspirer le monde par son héritage sportif remarquable et sa passion indéfectible pour tous les...
Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about geography in Italy. During our trip, we were able to see some of the surrounding mountain and prairie landscape on our arrival, including the view of the city of Bologna from the air. Italy is shaped like a boat, with a total surface area of 301.263 kilometers. It has a population of 59.11 million. It shares borders with France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia, and is made up of 20 regions, including 2 main islands, Sicily and Sardinia. Its capital is Rome. Italy, at the heart of the Mediterranean, is a country of great geographical and cultural diversity. In the north, the Italian Alps offer beautiful peaks, such as the Monte Bianco in Italian, the highest mountain in Western Europe. The lakes offer majestic panoramas and are popular touristic destination. Italy's geography is also marked by its spectacular coastline. Italy enjoys a Mediterranean climate most of its territory, with hot, dry summers and mild, wet winter in the north, while the south enjoy warmer temperatures all year round. Italy has variety of landscape: the snow-capped Mediterranean coastline, verdant hills, the fertile plains, and the volcanic regions. Each region has its own natural beauty and distinct charm, providing visitors with a diverse and captivating experience. Italy is home to many great cities: Rome, Milan, Florence, and Venice. These cities, along with others such as Turin, Bologna, Palermo, and Genoa, attract visitors from all over the world thanks to their history, culture, and beauty. This week, we were in Casalmaggiore, a town in the province of Lombardy. We were able to see a church, a castle, and other things, as well as the city of Bologna, famous for its medieval street paved with bricks and its tower. It has a unique atmosphere full of history and culture. All this week, we have seen the street and the place of Casalmaggiore. During this week, we had the chance to see a lot of different landscape and learn a bit more about the geography of this beautiful country. Thank you for listening.
The history of Italy from the 19th century onwards is initially that of Italian reunification. For centuries, Italy had been divided into several small kingdoms. But let's start with early 19th century. As wars and conquest progressed, the various Italian states came under Napoleonic domination. Bonaparte became King of Italy in 1805, a kingdom that really consisted only of a part of what is now northern Italy. The south of Italy, under the name of Kingdom of Naples, was governed by Napoleon's brother-in-law. After the fall of Bonaparte in 1815, Italy was redivided at the Congress of Vienna. But from this period onwards, unifying, liberal and in some cases republican ideas spread throughout Italy. This was the beginning of the period that Italians call the Risorgimento, or Italian unification. The Kingdom of Sardinia, a very important Italian kingdom which was undergoing the Industrial Revolution, decided to ally itself with France to unify all the Italian kingdoms. Between 1859 and 1817, the Kingdom of Sardinia annexed other kingdoms, becoming the Kingdom of Italy, and finally unifying the Italian peninsula with Rome as its capital. From the 1980s, the Kingdom of Italy, like the other Western European powers, United Kingdom, France, Belgium, etc., embarked on a colonial adventure in Africa. Italy colonized Libya, for example, but failed to colonize Ethiopia, which, supported by Russia and France, won the First Italo-Ethiopian War, 1885–1896. During the First World War, although Italy was a part of the Triplice with Germany and Austria-Hungary, it remained neutral and finally entered the war in 1915, but on the side of the Triple Entente, France, United Kingdom and Russia. At the end of the war, however, the Allies granted Italy only a small part of the territories that had been promised to it. This betrayal encouraged the rise of Mussolini and fascism, which came to power in 1922. Between the war, Mussolini established a totalitarian regime with a single party, the National Fascist Party, banned other parties and trade unions, colonized Ethiopia during the Second Italo-Ethiopian War, 1935–1936, and formed the Rome-Berlin Axis in 1936. Italy then joined forces with Nazi Germany during the Second World War. But in 1943, the Allies invaded southern Italy, which set up a provisional anti-fascist government, while Mussolini, with German support, created the Italian Social Republic in the north. Germany and the RSEI finally capitulate in May 1945. Italy was reunited and the Italian Republic was proclaimed in 1946. Italy finally became a parliamentary democracy and one of the 6 founding members of the ECSE and then the EEC.
So hello, now I'm gonna introduce the Italian school system in this video. Unlike in France, nursery school known as Scuola dell'Infanzia is not compulsory but strongly favored by parents. It caters for children from the age of 3 and divides them into different classes regardless of their age. In Italian nursery schools, children are not yet introduced to numbers, letters, or writing, but develop their senses, independence, creativity, and relationships with others. The second cycle of education spans 8 levels. It begins with the Scuola di Primaria, which lasts 5 years as in France. It continues with Scuola Secondaria, di Primo Grado, the equivalent of college, which lasts 3 years. At the end of their 3 years of lower secondary school, pupils sit an exam called the Esame di Stato, which corresponds to the Brevet des Collèges. Before they start secondary schools, pupils are invited to make a choice of direction, whereas in France, this only takes place in première. In Italy, not all lycées follow the same curriculum. Schools are divided into different lycées. First, it's Classical Lyceum. In addition, the common core subjects encourage the teaching of literature, ancient language. After, there is the Scientific Lycée, about chemistry, biology, computing, and mathematics. Then the Lycée Linguistique, which allows students to deepen their knowledges of the 3 modern languages and foreign cultures. And then the Lycée Artistique, which focuses on plastic arts and other artistic disciplines. Courses run from early September to late June. There is a big difference between the way classes are run in Italy and in France. From college onwards, Italian pupils attend classes from 8 in the morning to around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. They have a short break in the morning and do not eat lunch or rarely if school allows. Italy and France have consolidated their partnerships through an educational program called ESAPAC. For 6 hours of extra tuition, French secondary school pupils learn about Italian literature and history, and vice versa for Italian pupils. This aims to discover a different education system and learning methodology from their country of origin through a dual Franco-Italian education. The result is two diplomas award are recognized in both France and Italy, the Italian esame and the French baccalaureate. Thank you to listen me during this time. Goodbye.
Italian gastronomy is a culinary treasure trove whose richness and diversity extends to every region of the country. Deeply rooted in the history and culture of Italy, this cuisine is much more than a simple daily diet. It is a sensory experience and expression of love for food, family, and conviviality. At the heart of Italian gastronomy is the importance of quality ingredients. Italians attach great importance to using fresh, local, and seasonal ingredients. Pasta, of course, is one of the mainstays of Italian cuisine. Varied in shape and texture, Italian pasta offers an infinite number of possible combinations with richly flavored sauces. From classics like spaghetti carbonara from Rome, penne alla arrabbiata from Campania region, or orecchiette with broccoli from Puglia, each pasta dish tells a unique region story. Neapolitan pizzas, with their thin, soft crust topped with tomatoes, buffalo mozzarella, and other fresh ingredients, are another iconic symbol of Italian cuisine. Pizza is much more than just a dish. It's an art, handed down from generation to generation and celebrated the world over for its simplicity and perfection. Meat and fish dishes also feature prominently in Italian cuisine. From ossobuco in Milan to breaded veal chops in the Veneto region, not forgetting the delicious fresh seafood of the Mediterranean coast. Each region offers a variety of tasty and comforting dishes. And, of course, how can you talk about Italian gastronomy without mentioning desserts? From classics like tiramisu with its layer of coffee-soaked biscuits and creamy mascarpone to crunchy cannolis topped with sweet ricotta and candied fruit, Italian desserts are a real temptation for those with a sweet tooth. Finally, Italian gastronomy isn't just about the food served at the table. It's also a social experience, a time for sharing and conviviality. Family meals are a sacred tradition in Italy, where people gather around the table to savor delicious dishes, exchange news, and create unforgettable memories. In short, Italian gastronomy is much more than just cuisine. It's a way of life, a celebration of passion, tradition, and the art of eating well. Whether in a traditional trattoria in Tuscany or a Michelin-starred restaurant in Milan, every meal in Italy is an invitation to explore and savor the delight of Italian cuisine.
Italy, a Mediterranean country known for its rich artistic heritage, delicious cuisine, and dolce vita lifestyle. From Rome to Venice to Florence, its iconic cities are full of history and beauty. Italy is a must-see destination for lovers of culture, gastronomy, and beautiful landscapes. But today, Italy is full of religious symbols. So let's see how religion is in Italy. Religion in Italy is an essential aspect of its cultural and historical identity. Mainly dominated by Christianity, especially Catholicism, Italy is also home to a diversity of religious beliefs and practices. Catholicism is the predominant religion in Italy, with the Vatican located in Rome, the capital. Rome is the seat of the Catholic Church and is home to iconic sites such as the St. Peter's Basilica, the Vatican, and the Sistine Chapel. Religious ceremonies, processions, and Catholic holidays are deeply rooted in the daily life of Italians. For example, Holy Week is celebrated with spectacular religious processions in many Italian cities, especially in Sorrento, where the streets are illuminated by torches. The presence of the Vatican in Rome makes it the seat of the Catholic Church and the residence of the Pope, the spiritual leader of millions of Catholics throughout the world. The Pope exerts considerable influence not only on the Catholic faithfuls, but also on world affairs as a moral and diplomatic voice. The Pope is also a central figure in the religious and cultural life in Italy. The Pope's presence in Italy adds a unique dimension to the religious life of the country, reinforcing its status as a world center of Christianity and attracting visitors from around the world for unique spiritual and cultural experience. In addition to Catholicism, Italy is also home to Orthodox Christian communities, especially in the southern regions. Orthodox churches are present in cities like Bari and Palermo, where the faithful practice their faith according to Greek, Serbian, and Russian Orthodox tradition. Italy has a long Jewish history dating back to antiquity. Historical synagogues are present in cities such as Rome, Venice, and Florence. The Jewish quarter of Rome, the Ghetto, is one of the oldest in the world. Every year, the Jewish community celebrates holidays such as Passover and the festival of lights, Hanukkah. Although a minority, the Muslim community in Italy is growing, especially due to immigration. Mosques and Islamic centers are present in cities like Milan, Rome, and Naples. Muslims practice their faith and celebrate festivals like Eid al-Adha. In addition to the main religions, Italy is also home to groups practicing other religions such as Buddhism, Hinduism, and Sikhism. Temples and religious centers of this tradition can be found in major Italian cities where the faithful gather to pray, meditate, and celebrate their festival. In summary, Italy has a religious diversity that reflects its complex history and varied cultural influence.